Good morning, early birds, resetters. It's Friday. Friday. We have the day off for school. I'm very excited about that. Kind of, yeah. Like I don't have to pack lunches or do carpool. Always a good thing. Not why I'm here. Friday is a great day to talk about the weekend and talk about the reminders for water. Water first. We've been learning all about that. The weekends sometimes can be a huge snare when it comes to water. We go and do things that are different, that are outside of our routine. Maybe we're taking a road trip. Maybe we are visiting friends and family. Maybe we're just like off to the movies or something like that. And I want you to take today, Friday, before you go and do and get involved in the weekend, to think about water first, okay? Most of us are super regimented during the week. This is when we slide. So I want you to think about, I'm going to use myself as an example. We're going to take a little road trip about an hour, hour and a half north of us here in North Georgia. What I want to make sure I do is that I don't leave this behind. I don't want to leave this out of my routine today. So I'm going to take this bottle and another bottle. I'm going to fill them all the way up and I'm going to go ahead and put them in the car after I'm done with my workout. So that way they're there. It's fail safe, right? Maybe you're somebody who, it's not necessarily the road trip kind of thing, but you tend to forget your water bottle. Can you get a smaller water bottle, maybe something more compact, and put that in your purse? Keep that always in your purse, or one of the disposable water bottles, something like that. Maybe you're somebody who has a bunch of sporting events this weekend. You've got kids that have soccer games and things like that. Can you think about what's the backup plan? If you forget your water bottle, could you find a vending machine that has water for sale? Water is so important. That's the cornerstone of this program. Who knew it could be so simple, right? But you do have to plan ahead. So, water up, right? That's going to ensure your success this weekend. And we all want to be successful. Now, on to part two. I had a little aha this morning, and this was such a great reminder. We talked earlier this week about taking thoughts captive and really kind of just being in that positive mindset. Alana talks every day about positive people, positive mindset, positive weight loss. I think positive life, right? Positive people, positive life, things that you can do because you're in a positive mindset. So much of that starts with our own self-talk, right? It's not even negative things that we say to other people, but it's all that negative stuff that we say to ourselves. And here's how the Navy SEAL, you're probably like, can you get to the point, girl? Here's how the Navy SEAL comes into this. There was an article about a Navy SEAL talking about before he would go into special ops, they would do something called box breathing. And that really helped them kind of calm down, get over the emotional component, right? Like even though they're highly trained, highly skilled, I can't even imagine the level of expertise these guys have. It's still anxiety inducing, right? Like it's still a dangerous situation or whatever the case may be. So box breathing is a lot like what we talked about, taking thoughts captive and breathing. But in a box breath, you breathe in, and let's just say you count to 3. You're breathing in 1, 2, 3. You're holding it. 1, 2, 3. You're breathing out. 1, 2, 3. You're holding it. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in. And you're just kind of in your mind, visually doing a little box. That brings your heart rate down. It centers your spirit, right? Like you get focused on what your goal is ahead. And I love that concept because any of us can do that, right? That's another, water is free, box breathing is free. How can we start to recenter and take those thoughts captive, like we talked about, and kind of make things more positive? What I want to share with you is how that ties into emotional eating, because the Navy SEAL wasn't really in that predicament. They weren't dealing with that. I was working in my devotional this morning, and we were doing some breathing exercises with that. And I took the words from the devotional, the breathing in, you have a phrase, kind of a mantra, kind of a thing that you're saying, and when you're breathing out, something that you're saying, and I modified it to fit what we go through. So when you breathe in, and remember this box breathing, you're breathing in and you're saying, I will feel my pain, hold for 3. I will not eat my pain, hold for 3. Okay, I want you to get that for a minute. Just let that land where it is. Because here's what happens, is that we all are going to experience suffering in our lifetime, right? We're going to have friends that hurt us. We're going to have kids that don't listen to us or make us feel horrible or do things that we wouldn't want them to do. We are going to have spouses that let us down. We are going to have jobs that lay us off. We are going to have car accidents that happen that we could have never anticipated. We're going to have mounting financial bills. If y'all had seen like the car trouble we've had this month, I would have never in a million years predicted it. Those things are going to come at us. Life is going to come at us. And we can say, you know what? It's coming. I'm ready for it because I am going to feel my pain in the situation, but I am not going to eat my pain. And that is what most of us have done, right? Me included, in our past. So we get to make a different choice. And that's part of what Alana is teaching us, right? We surround ourselves with smarter options so that when we are tempted or when that pain comes, the suffering comes, the hard events come, we can breathe in that we're going to feel those feelings, but we are not going to eat those feelings. Hey, Cindy, good morning. So I want you to take that tool of box breathing, okay? And when you're in the moment this weekend, right? Okay, it's a great example if you're traveling. Sometimes being around family can bring out the best of us, and it can also bring out the worst of us. Sometimes it can bring up anxiety. Sometimes it can bring up hard feelings, a lot of pain from the past. And maybe our default before we started 2B Mindset was to go to the kitchen, right? Go to the corn chips, go to the bowl of ice cream, go to those things. But I want you to take a breath, take a moment. We're going to turn it into a positive thing, right? We are going to feel those feelings because they're real. Hold for 3 seconds. We're going to exhale and we're going to say, I'm not going to eat my feelings. And let me tell you what happens with this. Your personal power comes back. Those situations don't control you. And there is hope in all of that, right? Not hope in the food. That's never going to cure the things, right? There's hope in the situation because you're able to stay in a positive mindset and move forward in a positive direction. And that is going to be the seed that makes a harvest of success with 2B Mindset, okay? So remember what we talked about. If you didn't see the beginning, go back and rewatch the beginning. Water, make a plan for water this weekend. Wherever you're going to be, arm yourself with those water bottles. And you're not cheating if you get a water bottle that's not a 2B Mindset one. You have permission to do that. So put one in your car, put one in your purse, be armed and ready. And then the second thing is we're going to combat the emotional eating that some of us are still wrestling with. And we're going to do the breathing exercises to put ourselves back in a positive mindset, right? We're going to breathe in. I will feel my feelings. We're going to hold for 3 seconds and we're going to exhale. I will not eat my feelings. Imagine if you do that over and over. How incredible will that be? Comment below. I want to hear from you. Tell me about your resetting of your mindset. How's that going? Anything tripping you up? Are you wrestling with emotional eating? And if you're bold enough, share with us what maybe is tripping you up. And then I want to know, based on the video the other day, have you been doing some of these little mind, breath exercises? Y'all are incredible. You inspire me every day. So keep sharing, keep doing. Let's keep going and growing, and happy Friday.